Hello friends and family, and good evening from beautiful Sevierville, Tennessee. For today's Tennessee roadside adventure, it officially brings us to the Tanger Outlets. I am super duper excited to be here. Literally just yesterday, the brand new Toys R Us store just opened up here at the Outlets. Very, very nostalgic to me. I just can't wait to go in there. We're gonna do a full Toys R Us merch search. Check out all of the merchandise that they have to offer. I grew up as a Toys R Us kid though, collecting the old WWF Hasbro figures. I have so many fond memories with my father, like going there looking for figures, asking the Toys R Us team members to go in the back and check for them. So this is very kind of emotional, very nostalgic for me. Like I said, they literally just opened up yesterday. But before we get started, if you would subscribe and click the bell notification so you're aware of future uploads and live streams, we would greatly appreciate it. That being said, here at the Tanger Outlets in Sevierville, there is so much to do. There's a little go-kart track there off in the distance. The actual Toys R Us outlet store is right on the other side here of Lululemon. That being said, without further ado, let's actually head over across the corner and check out this really cool Toys R Us store that just opened up here in Sevierville, Tennessee. This is definitely a little bit of an unbelievable sight though. Okay, so we're just passing the Lululemon outlet store. They have some balloons up for the grand opening. The windows have Jeffrey. You can see some plushies. Let's head inside though and check out some of the merchandise. Okay, so as soon as you come inside Toys R Us, they have a whole section of Jeffrey's World merchandise. Here's some little kids' backpacks for $25, of course, with Jeffrey the giraffe with that really fun star design. Looks like they even have some Jeffrey plushies. How about this for a throwback? Comes with a little Toys R Us tag. These are massive plushies for $40 a piece. I really like that though. I'm blown away by all the different Jeffrey offerings. They have some little plushy keychains for $9 a piece. Get a load of these Toys R Us tags though. Comes with a little clippy, and it looks like on the bottom section they have some ink pens with Jeffrey. These are actually pretty reasonably priced though. These are $5, and then right underneath there is a Toys R Us magic trace. Oh, this is cool. They actually light up. It comes with the little pens here to trace them. I remember having things like this. You get 10 dual tip markers for $30. Looks like a whole bunch of different Lego sets here at Toys R Us as well. Part of your Lego Creator Series. 655 pieces. This one is a beautiful horse. They have some Lego and Friends different play sets here. Look at this, all the different things you get though. Bear, you get Leo, Paisley. That's a really fun set. Of course you're going to find lots of assorted Disney offerings. Here is a 161 piece Lego set, part of your Disney collection with Minnie Mouse and then Daisy Duck. Looks like they even have some Wizarding World of Harry Potter Legos. They have the actual Monster Book of Monsters. Check this out though, it actually opens up the mouth there. And it even says Monster Book of Monsters. Let's check some of the different Star Wars Legos here at Toys R Us. Oh, here's a really cool one, 258 pieces. You get the Clone Troopers and the Super Battle Droids. You can see them battling out there on the back. Even more Jeffrey the Giraffe merchandise. Here's a little bendable, posable figurine. This is very nostalgic though with the Toys R Us box. Comes with a big window. These are only $8 a piece, so a very good deal for some of the action figures. On the opposite side of the rack, again with the Toys R Us logo here, All-Star Minis. What do we got doing here? Let's see here, bonus compound included. Okay, so this is a whole slime set, and they do even have some Jeffrey the Giraffe retro socks with the pinstriping for $15. Looks like they even have some anime merchandise here at Toys R Us as well from Dragon Ball Z. They have a set of the 7 Dragon Balls collector's edition. These are $40 for the entire set. Some different one-piece offerings. So here's a little coin bank with a Monkey D. Luffy. So you put the little coins there inside of that treasure chest. I wasn't expecting to find anime things, so they do have some really cool different offerings. They have a one-piece figure here again with Luffy. Let's see here. These are $50 a piece. Down here on the bottom section, they even have like assorted Demon Slayer figures. They have Tanjiro for, let's see here, $50. They have another one here of Daki figurine. They even come with like a little display base. These are $50 a piece, but so many different like anime figures here on the bottom. Looks like you can even get some assorted coffee mugs. So this is a really cool one. They call this the magic mug. So when you add like hot liquids, this one actually changes colors. You have Monkey D. Luffy there from One Piece. They actually come in a fancy little box. So lots of cool like Christmas offerings. This one is $15. They do have a Demon Slayer version. This coffee mug is $20. And then over here, it looks like they even have a Naruto version with the coffee mugs, even like the matching Naruto action figures. Here's even a little action figure section over here with a Super Mario Kart. They have some almost like little collectible cars here, like your Matchbox cars for Super Mario. They have Yoshi. Looks like they have the Blue Toad. They have Shy Guy. Look at that though. These are really cool. $9 a piece. They have Luigi, of course Mario. So it does look like they have a good selection of characters there from the Super Mario movie. You get the little question mark box with some of the assorted characters. These are $12.50. They have Princess Peach, Mario. Look at all the different characters you can collect on the back side. The box actually opens up, which is really cool. Underneath there is some brand new Super Mario figures that I haven't seen before. Looks like they do have Shy Guy, Luigi, Toad, Larry, and then Mario. These are $16 a piece, but it does look like they do have just about every one of them here at Toys R Us. Definitely so many great memories though collecting Jurassic Park figurines when I was growing up as a kid, like looking for them at Toys R Us. They have some dinosaur transforms, so these are like little transforming dinosaurs. I like this though, like that is really cool. They have a good selection of them. Here's some of the brand new Jurassic World Dominion action figures. You have Velociraptor Beta. Look at these little guys. So you can actually like kind of get a whole like touch and feel for them like inside of the boxes. But that is really neat. Looks like they have some smaller action figures, like they have Blue. A couple different offerings actually. They actually come in these little box sets, which is really neat. So many action figures here though. Holy moly. They have some Ghostface action figures. So these are actually pretty heavy. These are $20 a piece from the brand new Wednesday show that's on Netflix. How cool is this? You get Wednesday. So this one is a 2-pack action figure set with Wednesday and Enid. They have some Buffy the Vampire Slayer action figures. It looks like they have Angel and Buffy. So 2 different offerings here at Toys R Us. This is what we were here for though, the old figures. So they do have a couple different WWE superstars. They have Bray Wyatt. Let's see who else they have here. Here is another Bray Wyatt. Definitely wasn't expecting to find a whole like MLB section as well. Like I've literally never seen these figures before. They have so many different MLB players though. These come in a fancy box. These are part of the Legacy series. They have so many different baseball players. Check that out. I like these actually a lot because they come with the little base there. You kind of get like the bat, the little collector's card. This whole section though is loaded with them. They have some NFL players down here on the bottom section, like Tyreek Hill. They have Garrett Wilson. Yeah, these are really, really neat. I remember collecting like the starting lineups growing up, so these are really cool to see, like a little bit of a throwback. I'm so happy though to see all of these assorted action figures at Toys R Us. I actually just recently took Luke to see the DreamWorks Dogman movie, so that was really cool. Like when we lived in Florida, we got to see that movie, but they have some Dogman figurines. Looks like they even have like some Marvel action figures. This one here is the Scarlet Spider, part of your Titan Hero series. These don't have prices, but they do have a good selection of assorted Marvel characters. Here's a really cool Captain America version. And it looks like they are getting some NECA action figures here at Toys R Us. Go Ape. So this one is the Gorilla Soldier. The cool thing about the NECA figures, though, they usually have like this clear window where you can see the actual like action figure on the inside. I definitely wasn't expecting to find so many 2026 calendars though. They have such a great selection of different calendars from Paris, the Greek Isles. Here is national parks, classic travel posters. That's actually really cool. Like, these are all 2026 ones, of course. You have some outhouses, some beaches. There's Italy, Island Paradise. Definitely, of course, you have to check out some of the ones here with the national parks, though. Reminds me of the Great Smoky Mountains with the bears. That one is really cool. And they even have some that are specific to Tennessee. This one says a wild and scenic Tennessee. That one's really neat. Here's a little bit of a throwback though. It looks like they even have like some collectible card game packs here at Toys R Us. You can see like some Pokemon packs there on the inside. You get so many different things on the inside. I've never seen these ones before, so that's a cool little find. They have some zip line splashers, 2-player games, so really nice little games here for the kiddos for outside. You can get some of like your old school Frisbees at Toys R Us. Look at them with all of the different colors, even some ultra boomerangs. It says better than the rest. Yeah, I remember having boomerangs as a kid, so that's a cool little find. But here at the Toys R Us, they do have a good selection of different pool items. Definitely a little bit too cold here in the Smoky Mountains to go swimming, but they do have a good selection of different pools and accessories. Here's even some assorted Star Wars action figures that they do have from Star Wars Ahsoka, Star Wars Rebels, and then Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Cal Kestis. They have Kanan Jarrus, and then Ezra Bridger. So some nice little finds here with like the old school Star Wars Kenner packaging. They have some light up LED signs with the yellow lettering. So these are actual like USB powered, so those are really cool. And it looks like they even have a good assortment of your Star Wars Black Series action figures, like your Imperial Guard. These are more of like your higher end, like collectible action figures from a Star Wars Andor. You have your Cassian action figure. Let's see some of the other characters that they have from Star Wars Ahsoka. They do have Anakin Skywalker here at Toys R Us. Let's see who else we got doing. They have Captain Rex. Then over here is a really tall Corksicle cup. How cool is this though, with all the different characters there, like Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, R2-D2. It does have that graphic on both sides though, which is really cool. And some little action figures here for the kiddos. They have like Darth Vader, Yoda, and then from Star Wars Mandalorian, they even have Mando. Of course, they have a good selection of assorted Funko Pops at Toys R Us. These are all $15 a piece from Marvel Studios, Miss Marvels. They have Captain Marvel. Looks like some characters here from My Hero Academia. They have your Dragon Ball Goku. Look at this though, even some different Disney characters like the 75th anniversary of Disney's Cinderella. That one's actually really, really cool with Cinderella. They have from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Ferris Bueller, Dumbo from Disney. So they do even have like Timothy Q. Mouse, but a great selection of Funko Pops. They have some Saved by the Bell characters. Let's see what else we have. Some Moana 2, Chainsaw Man. And then down here on the bottom section, they even have Star Wars, like a good selection of different Star Wars characters, and Alien. Here's a fun little section of different things here from Five Nights at Freddy's. This one's an actual like Funko game. It says survive till 6 a.m. game with all of the characters there from FNAF. Looks like the pizza box. Kind of shows you on the back side how the board game gets all set up. These are $19 a piece. It does look like they do have another Funko game here. This is literally the pizza box though, with all the characters from Five Nights at Freddy's. You can see them like popping out here on the bottom section. These are $25 a piece. So many awesome things though. It's like sensory overload here at Toys R Us. Here's a Biddy Pop display from let's see here, Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So that one is Hogwarts Castle. That one is really cool. And it looks like they have another Biddy Pop display. This one is actually like the bat signal. Look at it, you get with the little Joker Funko Pop, and then the Batman one on the inside. There is so much Harry Potter merchandise here though at Toys R Us. Here is a little interactive Dobby action figure with 35 different sound effects and character phrases. Looks like they even have a whole selection of assorted Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles merchandise here at Toys R Us. Definitely remember collecting all like the originals back in the day. The packaging is really cool on these though. They have like Leonardo, Raphael, Bebop, Rocksteady, Superfly, Leatherhead, of course Master Splinter. They have Raphael though, Michelangelo, Donatello. They are completely stocked up with them here at Toys R Us. There's some really cool backpacks as well. These are $55, but actually comes with all of like the little headbands there with all of the different turtles. So you can kind of like change these out in between like the turtle figures that you want. And it looks like they even have a little puzzle set. This one is a 100-piece puzzle from TMNT for only $4. They even have some assorted NECA action figures here for TMNT. Like how cool is this with all of the accessories? These are more of like a cartoonish type Ninja Turtles, but this one is $58. They have all of the separate Ninja Turtles though. The packaging is actually really cool on these. It shows you to be continued on the back side. The NECA figures are always super cool though. So these are really neat to find here at Toys R Us. Down here on the bottom section, again, so many different TMNT. These are your classic collection for the Ninja Turtles. I like these a lot though. Definitely a little bit of a throwback. And it looks like it does have like all of the, all 4 turtles here at Toys R Us. This is definitely crazy though. Literally this whole back wall is all calendars for 2026. Like they have a dog section. This is probably like the biggest selection of calendars. It goes all the way down to like travel, animals over there. Of course they do have a good selection of different like character ones. Like they have some smaller SpongeBob SquarePants, Disney villains, 16-month calendar with like Hades. You have Ursula on there, Scar. That one is actually really cool. They even have a Magic the Gathering one. This is definitely, again, a big throwback. I was huge into Magic the Gathering growing up, so that one's actually really cool. Let's see what else they have, though. So it looks like they even have some horror ones. The Bride of Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. That one is really neat. Even some Dungeons and Dragons. I actually wanted to come over here to the side section though, because they do have a whole entertainment section for calendars with Five Nights at Freddy's. This one is Help Wanted too. That one is really neat though. I do want to see if we can find some of the prices on some of the calendars. Okay, so I don't see anything on the back side. We'll have to keep looking a little bit. Looks like they do have some Star Wars calendars. This one is R2-D2. He's kind of a little bit upside down there. There's all the different characters on the back though, like Boba Fett, Chewbacca, Obi-Wan Kenobi. They have a Godzilla version. Even some Disney classics, like how cool is this? With like Alice in Wonderland, Dumbo the Flying Elephant. You have a Cinderella, Goofy. This is like an old school, like retro Disney calendar. And literally right behind the calendars though, they do have like a really cool photo op. This is actually in the window, so you can kind of like see it from the outside, but it is double-sided with Jeffrey. Look at him down there on the bottom with the little eyes sticking out. But they have so many like Jeffrey plushies. These are like more like realistic giraffes. That's a cool little find here at Toys R Us though. They do have a bunch of different sizes there, but so many bins with plushies with Jeffrey. Tell me how nostalgic this is. That is so, so cool. Of course, coming to Toys R Us, though, you have to check out some of the Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels that they have to offer. Here's a really cool, like, pickup truck. These are $4 a piece. Looks like they do even have, like, a vintage racing club collection. So a whole bunch of different Hot Wheels. I didn't have too many of these growing up, although they do have a good selection today at Toys R Us. Here are some different versions that I haven't seen before. You got like the little character on the inside of that one. This one is Experimentors. Let's see what else we have on the bottom though. Looks like they do even have like a whole bunch of assorted Hot Wheels monster trucks. We actually seen like the, when they had like Monster Jam at the local arena when we lived in Pennsylvania. These are definitely a little bit of a throwback. Like Luke and Matthew actually used to collect these. Oh, that's a fun little find. And some other monster trucks down here on the bottom. Actually looks like you get like a little Hot Wheels car to go with them. So it's kind of like a little 2-pack. Again, these are perfect little stocking stuffers for the holidays. Here is almost like a little gas can. Here you get the monster truck, a little fuel and go playset. Of course, a whole selection of assorted Melissa and Doug things here for the kiddos for Christmas time. This is a whole like Paw Patrol playset. Look at all the characters you get though. And again, these are like solid wooden pieces, so really, really nice quality. Actually looks like it comes with the play mat to go with it. Underneath there is a stacking train set for the kiddos. These are also Melissa and Doug, where you get like the little stacking blocks to put on top of the train. And then over here, let's see what we got. So this is a Melissa and Doug little stamp set where you got like the little goldfish, the cat, the frog, and then the actual little stamper there. Yeah, I don't think I've seen these before. So they do have like more of like a pet version. This one here has a bunch of like farm animals. So many awesome toys here at Toys R Us though for the holidays. They even have some different like Pokemon figures. This is a little clip and go figure where you do actually get like the little Pokeball to go with it. I wasn't expecting to find all those today. Here's a little axolotl and a magic. I don't think I've seen these before. They're little stretchy, squishy action figures. They have a couple different versions here with axolotls. Then of course, Littlest Pet Shop. Some cool merchandise. Here's a fun little box set. You get 5 different farm besties. This comes in a nice like carrying case. That one is $30. And they even have a Littlest Pet Shop, a Pop-O-Matic, I should say, the Game of Trouble. Next to that is some different Disney merchandise they have from Disney, Mickey and Friends collection. This one is a storybook and then play hammer set for the kiddos. That one is $20. Kind of like scattered throughout though, so you do have to look everywhere. Like they have some Disney Lorcana packs over here, and also some Disney Junior, Mickey Fire Engine, where you do get like the Pluto and the Mickey Mouse action figure. Really neat though, it comes with like the little extendable ladder. Looks like you could even get a good selection of assorted plushies at Toys R Us, of course. Like they have the Grinch from Dr. Seuss. This one is perfect for Christmas time. They actually have one very similar to that over at Dollywood theme park, but these are really nice like soft plushies. It looks like they have some assorted like Squishmallow plushies here as well. I do want to see if we can find the price. So like not everything like has the price on them yet, but they do have like a really fun Batman Squishmallow. Underneath there is the Incredible Hulk, and then of course Spider-Man. But these are like a super duper soft material. This whole section though is literally dedicated just to different plushies, like some frogs. It looks like they have some sloths and unicorns. Look at these though, there's like a little fox here on the bottom. I really like the elephant though with the big floppy ears. This one's really neat. Even more Disney merchandise here at Toys R Us though. They do have a larger size Mickey and then Minnie Mouse plushies. These are $25 a piece, but they do have both characters there. Even more Disney Junior offerings. This one is a squishy journal set. Looks like you get the journal. Minnie Mouse's bow is actually like the squishy material, like a whole bunch of stickers. They have some wooden puzzles. So you get 5 different puzzles on the inside. So it's kind of like a little wooden carrying case. It does show you on the back side with like Minnie and Daisy Duck. So 5 different offerings. It comes with a nice little case to go with it. And then right underneath there from your Disney 100 collection, you have a whole like mosaic wall art set. That being said, I seriously love everything about this store. The windows are decorated so cool. I'm a Toys R Us kid now, open. I don't want to grow up. That is so nostalgic. Looks like they have a big like a Gravedigger monster truck that you can purchase there on the bottom section. Here's some more Disney merchandise though. They have some Stitch eraser sets. So this is like a little 4-pack eraser set for $4. They have some Stitch lip balm. This is cool though, because literally like the Disney outlet stores in this shopping center, they have like a massive Stitch backpack. This is a very fuzzy material. Stitch is all embroidered on there. Look at this really fancy design though. It's like a little lenticular tag that comes with that one. They even have some Stitch night lights. Look at that though, he's holding like a little light bulb in his hand. So that's actually what's gonna like turn on and off. These are $40 a piece. They have the game of Yahtzee, your Disney Stitch version, then some classic Stitch plushies on the bottom. These are $25 a piece, but kind of just like the same ones you would get at Walt Disney World. And it looks like they have a couple different tall cups. This one has the big handle with a big graphic with Stitch. And they do have this one here. It says no bad days, aloha, and then chillin'. I actually completely missed this entire section, so they do even have some dicelings, Dungeons and Dragons, like little figure sets here where you get like the dice. It opens up with the action figure on the inside. These are $12 a piece. Here's some assorted Spider-Man multiverse action figures. These are actually really heavy. These are actually made by McFarlane Toys, but they do have Spider-Man and Superman. Here's another Spider-Man action figure from the Towers series. This is the Hero Box collection. Kind of shows you all the different pieces there that you can get here. They do even have some assorted throw blankets at Toys R Us. This one here is 46 by 60 inches from your Marvel Spider-Man collection. Let's see the old price-a-rooney. These are $25 a piece. Then they even have some like little tabletop night lights. This one is literally just Spider-Man's mask, or you can actually mount that to the wall, which is really cool. But this whole section is dedicated to like Marvel. They have from Fantastic Four, like a massive The Thing action figure that comes with like the big display base. Then even more like Dungeons and Dragons action figures. Kitty section of merchandise at Toys R Us, though this one is for indoor and outdoor fun. It's like a little Hello Kitty and Friends bowling set. Look at the little pink bowling ball you get. These are $20 a piece. Like I was saying though, they do have a whole Hello Kitty section, like this little Yahtzee set, so you do get all the different character dice. That one doesn't have the price, but that is really cool. They have some mood lights, so another little night light for the kiddos, part of this collection. And so many different Hello Kitty plushies. These all range in different price range. Like this one here, it's pretty much the size of like a pillow for $34. They have Hello Kitty with the little plushie with the ice cream cone. Even some backpacks here, so lots of different offerings with Hello Kitty. So we're actually just making our way outside of Toys R Us. Seriously though, isn't this crazy? It is snowing today in the Sevierville, Gatlinburg area. Like the shops are actually like snow covered here on the ground. Just some like beautiful like crisp mountain air. You can never go wrong. I had such a fun time today hanging out here in beautiful Sevierville, Tennessee. It's always a pleasure coming out to the Tanger Outlets. Normally we do come here for the Disney outlet store. Like I was saying, so many great shops from Disney. They have a box lunch outlet and also Hot Topics. So there is so many really good stores, especially if you are looking for assorted Disney merchandise. Of course, we're here specifically just for the Toys R Us grand opening. Really cool, like a nostalgic throwback. We saw some of the WWE Retro Superstars action figures. They actually had Bray Wyatt. I was really surprised to find that one. They had the Honky Tonk Man. So many cool different merchandise offerings. Of course, with Jeffrey the Giraffe. I was really hoping to find the Funko Pop, but they had a good assortment of different plushies, ink pens, and some little bag charms. Tons of different Disney things, Marvel calendars, your NECA action figures. It's a really great shop. That being said, if you'd like to help further support our travels, please consider checking out our Patreon page. I'll add a link to that in the description box. But if you liked today's video, give it a big thumbs up. And as always, make today awesome.